What's going on, D-Fam? I'm your host for today, Kyle Austin, and with me again is my co-host for today, Danny G. What's going on, Danny? How are you doing
How y'all
today?
doing?
So you're probably wondering, Kyle, why are you leading the charge today? What are you doing? Like, you're usually the co-host. Get back in your spot, you dork. Okay, listen, it's fine because we have something really special going on today. We have two really special guests that we get to kind of finally bring back to the podcast. So we'll go ahead and start it off with first and foremost, it is our executive director of brand development of the Dogepalooza Festival. We have Sadie Superfly. What's going on, Sadie? How are you today?
Hey Kyle. Hey Danny. I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. It's been a wonderful night and a wonderful evening, and we've got a lot to look forward to and talk about this week about this weekend coming up. And then next up on the list, we have the creator of Dogepalooza. Um, some would call him the founder, some would call him the Doge Father, and some would be like, no, I don't know. But introducing one of my favorite personal people, Greg. What's going on, Greg? How are
Hey,
you?
how's it going, man?
It's
Glad
going
to be
pretty good.
back. It's been a while, man. We are
It
so happy
has
to
been a
be back with
while.
you all.
It's crazy how long it's been, but at the same time, it feels like no time has gone at all, just
I
because of
know
how
it feels
much has
like
been going on.
yesterday, doesn't it? It's like, and you all were our first interview ever
Yes.
about Dogepalooza, and you're going to be our last podcast interview before the event too.
Wow,
I
that's
like that.
crazy.
You make me, I don't know how you did it, Greg, but you made me feel really special just now. So I appreciate that personally. Um, so
We love you guys at the Weekly D. You guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We love y'all, and we are very appreciative of the opportunity y'all have given us. And
yeah,
we're honored to be the first and the last right before the big event. We're 6 days away
can
from
you believe it?
first ever
Like,
Dogepalooza. It's super exciting, and thank you for creating such an amazing festival. We're all looking forward to it.
yeah.
Thank you on the Doge Army and the Doge family, and special thanks to Sadie, because without Sadie, we could have never created this and done it to the level we did it to, you know. And she's just amazing, and we're just going to all have an amazing, great time, and we're looking forward to it. And I'll never forget Kyle's expression when we shocked him with Dionne Warwick. That was priceless. That's what we love doing. Sadie and I love shocking, hosts that we come on with at all these different media outlets that we go on, because it's just fun and it's cool, and we like to keep them on their toes and get real reactions out of people.
It definitely was pretty crazy. Like it's funny too because like Dion's like a legend, right? And Dion's been around in the scene for such a long time. But it seems like this past year like has been just a nice little comeback for Dion in a lot of ways. A great way to kind of put herself back out there. We saw her on SNL just as an example a few months ago. Just actually talking about Dogepalooza as an example and talking about Dogecoin as a whole. And I thought it was really cool and interesting. And it is going to be really nice to see Dion back on stage. I know a few people have already been able to see her as she's been going on tour. But yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity to see her actually perform. That's what friends are for, and I think it's awesome. So just to, I guess, go into it. This was a long time ago, right? Our last podcast. Originally, it was supposed to be set for October, but unfortunately, October came and then it went. But we did get fair warning about what was going on and what happens. But just to kind of catch up, kind of Greg, what did happen? Why did it move from October and then now as we're coming up to the 6 day mark here? What were some of the things that happened and kind of what's been going on since then?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kyle. Basically, what happened was we were literally 1 month out, and we were already all set. Everything was just ready to go. We had the venue, we had the lights on the stage, we had, front of house, we had everything ready for the event. We had artists lined up, we had the flights booked, we had the hotels booked, we had the whole 9 yards wrapped up and ready to go. And that night, on Thursday night, it was on the 9th of September, I believe it was the 9th of September, the president came on live TV, started talking about, super spreader events and concerts and festivals. And they also started talking about the Delta variant and stuff. And what a lot of people don't realize is that there was quite a few events in Houston, including ones that some of our strategic partners were doing and involved into, that all got canceled at the same time as well. And we found out that there was various events leading up to ours and after ours that were all being canceled because of what the president said and because of the actual, Delta variant and, people's lives and safety and stuff. And one of the things that happened too was we looked at it and we were told, that if we didn't have our permit yet, and they also, like ACL, they were 3 weeks out and they didn't have their permit either. So you think about this, we're a month away, they're 3 weeks away, nobody's getting permits yet. Now, that's not normal. Normally you would have it before that. And that made us like really concerned because of, they were withholding them because of the COVID, and they didn't know what was going on with that new Delta variant. So we were told that if we continued, we would be putting at risk the whole thing being canceled because of not getting the permit and COVID shutting it down. And then we would lose all the money and everything that we worked for. And, I put up a lot of the money myself, and we had sponsors and stuff. So we had to take a look at that, but then more importantly, to look at human lives. And the Delta variant was worse than the original one, and people were, not knowing what was going on it. So we all made as a team the decision that it was best in people's safety and put people first and then reschedule for April. We hated doing it, but in the end, I think it's worked out better. One of the things that's been really cool is they were known as the Sugarland Skeeters when we were going to be there. Since then, the Houston Astros has decided to rebrand the team, and they are now the Sugarland Space Cowboys. How much more fitting could you be than the Sugarland Space Cowboys for a team playing at the venue you're doing for the world's first Dogecoin Music Festival and Dogepalooza, and To the Moon and Elon Musk and SpaceX and the Doge One rocket and all that. You can't beat that, right?
Oh,
So
absolutely. I was actually gonna say, like, that was one of the funniest things for me when I was first listening to that. I was like, because it taken we had this little like break of time for a while, right? Where everything was just trying to get regrouped, resettled, what was going on, where it was going. And then I did see Constellation Field move to the Sugarland Space Cowboys, and I was like, oh, this is even more perfect for Dogecoin. The To the Moon like lifestyle as a whole has been something since the beginning, like even before Dogecoin was even a penny. Like, so that like literally moving in, it just felt right. And honestly, at the end of the day, April in Texas is not a bad time in general when it comes to weather. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty time. It's spring. It hasn't gotten crazy hot yet. So I think it'll actually end up working out in your favor, because sometimes even August to like October, right, can still get nasty hot.
Well, yeah, I think it worked out really because we got even more publicity because we did the right thing for people and put lives first. And that's what matters is, putting people first. And that shows companies and brands that you don't have to be greedy. You don't have to worry about the money. You have to put people first. And, as far as money goes, we're donating all the money for all the ticket sales minus sales tax and credit card processing fees, which my lawyers make me say every time I say that statement. But other than that, we're donating it all to the charities we support. And, what's cool is a lot of people, if they postponed or cancel an event, the buzz or the hype would die down, but it didn't with us. We actually got more press about it. We got press talking about how, it was sad and disappointing that we didn't get to do it in 2021, but it's going to be even more exciting and fun in 2022. And they weren't able to make it in 2021, but they can make it in 2022. So they're more excited. And then, to our surprise, April or October came and, we got more press about it. And then November comes and we get the like thrill of a lifetime. We get a call that Saturday Night Live is going to include Dogepalooza in their show. And not only in the show, that they requested to include it. And that's a first. And so that's huge for us. We're so proud about that. We're so thankful to the whole cast, crew, and creator, Lauren Michaels of Saturday Night Live, for, wanting to include Dogepalooza in that in a big way, and having Dion on as a surprise guest that no one knew, and everything. And that was just an amazing thing that has just then propelled even more publicity and more exposure for Dogecoin and, crypto in general and Dogepalooza and what we're trying to do, which is spread adoption of Dogecoin to businesses and charities and spread, education about it and teach people about crypto and NFTs and blockchain and metaverse and all these great technologies in a fun, non-scary way, so that you can like do it in a fun environment, learn about it and stuff. And so being on SNL, that reaches a whole new demographic, a whole new audience that may not know about crypto, maybe like, oh, what is crypto? What is Dogecoin? What's this Dogepalooza? Let me check it out. So that just then makes brands or businesses or individuals more curious about it. And then you get more people coming into the community, staying because they fall in love with the community like Sadie and I did. And I know you all did too. And everyone else in the community that we know. And I think that's very important for the longevity of the community and for Dogecoin.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things that it's just hard to believe that we're in, sometimes people say life is really a simulation. Sometimes you feel that way because there's literally going to be a Dogecoin themed music festival happening like in my hometown. And of course I'm not even in the state, but it's just one of those things like it's so cool. And I don't know. I'm really excited to see kind of what Dogepalooza can bring for the crypto community, as well as just as a charity event in general. It's going to be going to a lot of great causes. If you feel comfortable, we can talk about some of those causes as well. If you want to talk about some of the charities that Dogepalooza is going to be donating to.
Yeah, would you want to do that, Sadie, or do you want me? Or
Yeah, that's fine. So a list of them that we have chosen. We have the American Cancer Society.
Mm-hmm.
We
are running into a little bit of
Sadie, your mic.
I think she's
her mic. Sadie, your mic.
And as you may or may not be aware from cancer, we of course have the Lupus Foundation. Is that better?
Oh, I think.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. It had you rolling for like a while.
It was like a robot from outer space.
Oh my God.
I thought Sadie was beaming in from Mars for a second. I thought she snuck on Elon's rocket, got up to Mars, and was calling in from Mars there for a second. That was wild.
The joys of live podcasting. It's great. It's great. It really is.
God.
But you know what? So let's talk a little bit more about those charities, Sadie. If you want to start from the beginning, I know you did mention the American Cancer Society. That's something personally, of course, as you know, that is something that is close to my heart. I've had lots of family members, including one that I won't of course bring up in public, but I'm kind of dealing with that in the background right now. And it's just it's one of those situations where that's always a great charity and organization to donate to, because we can always put more money toward cancer research, because we want our loved ones to be with us as long as possible, and that's such an important and great charity.
Absolutely. Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of people, almost everybody on this planet knows somebody that has been affected by cancer. And so we want to do everything we can to help that cause 100%. And there was, you may or may not know, there was a Dogecoin developer that passed away from cancer, unfortunately, last year.
Sporkland,
so
RIP.
Yeah. So we definitely want to help out the Cancer Society in that way. Another one that we have is very important to one of our core team members, Coco. It is the Lupus Foundation of America. Coco does have 3 forms of lupus. She's been struggling with it for years, and there isn't a cure for lupus. So this is very near and dear to Coco's heart and all of us who love Coco and everybody who is affected by lupus. And thanks to Coco, they now accept Dogecoin for donations. It was something that she worked very hard to do, and she was able to do it. And we're really, really proud of her for doing that.
Wasn't it like 6 months, Sadie, that she spent trying to get them to do it?
Yeah,
she spent 6 months every day trying to get them to do that.
Mm-hmm. She worked hard, and they finally accepted it. And so, go Coco!
I'm so proud of Coco. I'm just
so
proud of her determination to do that and see that through, because it was so important to her. And I just am so proud and honored to be her friend and for her to be on our team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, for those who don't know who Coco is a Doge influencer, goes by Coco Chanel Adair. She was also a model out in Los Angeles. Great person, just genuinely great individual. Has done a lot for the Doge community as a whole. And this is just like an example. She is a team member for Dogepalooza as well, and she has been kind of working in the background to kind of ensure the success of this project as it's being built out. So big shout out to Coco. She's currently on a mental health chat, working with people that are kind of struggling within the community on Twitter. So just big shout out to her. She's a really, really dope person. So
She really
And
is.
she will be at the event too, so everybody can
Yep.
come out, meet her in person at Dogepalooza.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
We're excited. We're excited to have her.
So what were some other charities
ahead.
you had?
Yeah, so another one, this one was near and dear to my heart personally. It is the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. My dad was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, I want to say 7 years ago. And it's basically cancer of the blood and bones. He actually got it from being in Vietnam. He's a Vietnam vet, and it's well known, unfortunate cancer that Vietnam vets suffer from. So, watching him go through what he's had to go through the past few years, it's been hard, but he's doing really well. And it's because of foundations like this. So I want to definitely help out in that area to help other people, including my father, with the research and getting a cure, because there is, again, not a cure. So that one's near and dear to my heart as well. And then we have DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, which is amazing. This is an amazing charity. 100% of the proceeds go to where it's really needed, which is super important. And there's millions of veterans on this planet that need help. And this is it is the top charity to give back to veterans, the military, and the people that need it. And Greg, I don't know if you want to talk about Give Me Shelter. That's near and dear to you.
Oldham County Humane Society. Yes, they are a no-kill animal shelter, and they're actually in Oldham County, Kentucky. And the people that work there are volunteers, and they go out of their way to help these animals and make sure that they're not killed. They even take in animals not only from their own county, but even surrounding counties as well. And they're just a great group of people that work there. They work tirelessly. They don't ask for anything. And then they, on top of that, just care about the animals so much. And really, it just means something, to them to, take care of animals. They do it because they're passionate and they're not getting paid. They're volunteers. And it's just an amazing organization.
That's awesome. And honestly, shout out to Oldham County as well, just in general. I don't live too far away from there. So
you're in that neck of the woods, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not too far away from there, like at all. I think it's 20 minutes down the road. So big shout out to them as well. Be great to do some promo for them down the road, because I'm not far, for the time being, which is pretty cool. But yeah, okay. So for one, this is just an example. If you guys are listening in, why you should check out Dogepalooza. If you haven't got tickets yet, you may have a chance to win some VIP tickets as well as some Gen Admission tickets coming up as well. So we're going to have that at the end of the show. So if you're watching, stay on. Don't leave for now. But at the same time, even if you're not going to go in for the free admissions, this is why you should check it out. This money is going to so many good causes, and it's going to be benefiting a lot of people who actually really need it. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
We do have more charities too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go through them quickly, but there is one that I want to highlight.
Yes.
You want me to?
I'll do the highlighted charity.
Sure.
Our highlighted charity is For My City. You can find them on social media platforms at the number 4 MYCITY. This charity is mind-blowing. They rescue food from restaurants. We all know that restaurants, companies throw away perfectly good food, while there's hungry people on our streets, which is just baffling to me. So, and Chris, the founder of For My City, is changing the game. He is taking this food, and it's fully legal for all restaurants to donate their food. I know everybody kind of thinks like, oh, well, they don't do it because there's some law or something. That's wrong. It's incorrect. They can actually give their food to the hungry. So they will rescue the food. It's an amazing, amazing charity. And we're helping them reach out to multiple restaurants and multiple locations, hooking them up with it so we can just continue to feed more communities. And then Greg, if you want to mention the rest of them, go right ahead.
And did you tell them how much pounds and stuff they rescued?
No, go for it.
It's For My City, and Chris, the founder, since 2018, they've actually rescued 130 million pounds of food. On top of that, that's 108 million meals they were able to feed from the food that was going to be thrown away. Think about that. 108 million meals. And on top of that, 40% of the food in America gets thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about if we all just took 2 seconds out of our day, when we go to the grocery, we go to the store, we go to a restaurant, like say you said, and just ask them what they do with their food or where they give away, and tell them about For My City, and let For My City come pick it up. It doesn't cost the restaurant anything. They'll come pick it up, they'll take it away, they'll process it, and they'll turn it into meals. And if everybody did that, that 40% could probably wipe out hunger in America.
Yeah.
And then if we did that around the world, you could probably wipe out hunger around the world
And
just by saving food that's going to be thrown away.
wow. And are they nationwide, or are they just based out of a few cities right now?
They have a network across the nation that they work with. And so they've built a network and they all work together to rescue this food because that protects the environment and helps with that, as well as feeding people. And it's just amazing what they've done. And, one person started it, Chris, and he literally, he told us the story of how he, sold his car, sold his house, sold everything, moved back in with his mom, started this. His whole family thought he was crazy. And look at what he's done since 2018.
Wow.
I mean, that's 108 million meals. He even came to Houston and they did it was over 100 something thousand pounds of food and 100 something thousand meals that they did in the Houston area. So he has been to Houston now too. So we're very honored to have them as our highlighted charity. We also have some other amazing charities too that we'd like to talk about. The Khan Academy, they're the only charity that Elon Musk follows and on Twitter, and they have an amazing story. What they do is they help underprivileged children that can't afford a high quality education have the same high quality education that everyone else is getting. And that's important because if you educate people, then they can help themselves. It goes back to, give a man a fish, he's hungry tomorrow. Teach a man to fish, he's going to have food for the rest of his life. Well, if you give a child an education that's equal to all the other children that have the benefits and the money and the parents and the luxury to have that high quality education, if you give every child that same high quality education, then they can learn and grow and do and better themselves and get themselves to the next level. So we think that's important. So that's why we support them. Then we have Cerebral Palsy Foundation. One of my really good friends, her daughter, Emily, actually has cerebral palsy. And she's helped us in a big way. And all she said was, hey, just try to bring awareness to cerebral palsy because it affects so many children and adults throughout America. And people don't realize it. And just a little bit of help goes a long way with that. And so we really appreciate people supporting them. We also have a charity called the Canine Cop Project. And I did not know this one before I met this amazing charity, that the majority of canine units in America are paid for by the officers themselves or organizations like the Canine Cop Project. And that's like to buy the dog, train the dog, ongoing yearly training of the dog, to get the equipment for the dog, to retrofit the police vehicles, so that the dog's safe and traveling in it, or to buy a new vehicle that has the equipment in it to protect the dog when traveling. And that's normally just all out of officers' pockets.
Wow.
And even when somebody donates, an interesting thing is some of these police departments, if they get donations for it, it can get earmarked to something else and not even get there too in these, smaller and medium-sized communities. So it's important to support them because, they're helping, provide a valuable service. And then we have Faith to Form, and it's a charity in Sugarland. Vel Lewis, who's performing on our stage, who also happens to be one of the he used to sing and perform, or he used to perform with Dionne Warwick. He's actually going to he started this foundation, Faith to Form, and it's to basically give children musical instruments and something to look forward to. So what they do is they don't give them used instruments. They buy brand new instruments to help children with full 10-year warranties. So children that couldn't afford an instrument, some of these instruments are $2,000-$3,000, some are $5,000-$10,000, and they actually buy these instruments, give the children the instruments, and that gives the child an instrument to play and learn on, as well as to have a career with, take to college on, get scholarships on. So organizations like that are so important, and Faith to Form is an amazing local charity in Sugarland that we're supporting. And it's so important that people come out and buy the tickets. We're not making money on this. We're not doing this for money. Sadie and I aren't getting paid for this. I've spent 6 figures plus to make this happen. And basically it's to give back to charities and do only good every day. During the pandemic, 86% or more charities lost 86% or more of their fundraising capabilities because most fundraising was in person. And with the lockdowns and COVID and stuff, they couldn't do it. So we thought it was very important to give back in a big way. And this Dogepalooza and every Dogepalooza we do, 100% of the ticket sales for the Dogepalooza festivals will go to the charities we support, minus the sales tax and credit card processing fees that my lawyer makes me say every time I say that statement. But other than that, it's all going to the charities. So come out and support a charity, and have a good time. It's $65 for tickets for general admission. You get an NFT, you get free parking, you get 10 hours of entertainment, you get amazing Grammy Award winners, you get amazing up and coming artists that might, be the next biggest hit and the next Grammy winner. You get fireworks show, you get a fun family atmosphere, you get Constellation Field that's beautiful and gorgeous in Sugarland, Texas. You can't beat that. It's a fun time for the whole family. Come out, $65 for a whole day of entertainment, 10 hours and fireworks. You can't beat that anywhere. And then on top of that, $150 for the VIP area, and you get 2 NFTs, so you're getting something. No other concert, you got an NFT that could be a collectible. This is the world's first Dogecoin Music Festival. It's the world's first Dogepalooza. Those things, there's only a limited number. There's only 5,000 tickets. They're selling out fast. So please get yours before they're gone, because you're going to regret it, missing the greatest, first event ever. And we have some other cool things we'll be announcing about that you'll really wish you were there when you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have some cool stuff coming up. I will say, just in general, you've had to go through quite a few challenges just in order to kind of meet this massive undertaking. Just to kind of be blunt, as we've discussed before, way back when we were talking in the original podcast, building a music festival in the time that you guys have done, even with the additional time, is sometimes next to impossible, right? And of course, you guys have definitely been able to see some genuine challenges. So hypothetically speaking, to a person who would be looking into starting a music festival or is interested in building an event, right, at a similar scale, what is something that you would say is the best advice for that kind of person?
Unless you have a lot of experience and you're willing to work around the clock, pretty much 20 plus hours a day with no sleep, 7 days a week. Don't try to plan something in 4 months that takes a year and a half. We did it Sadie and I pulled it off, but don't try to do that.
Mhm.
It's not as easy as we may have made it look. It was difficult. It was hard. It's grueling. It's exhausting. We did it, but then we had to undo all of that work that we just did, a year and a half worth of work in 4 months. We had to undo only to redo again. So, that's one thing I would say. Definitely don't plan a event if there's any pandemic going on, even if it looks like it's over. Just don't do it, because you just don't know what's gonna happen. And everybody thought things were getting better and turning a quarter. Major League Baseball, even, we lost our original date because they were going to do a full playoffs and they hadn't planned that. And then they planned a whole full playoff. They did that and stuff. But even with all that going in a positive way, you never know what's going to be a curveball thrown at you. And when the president came on that day, 1 month before, it was a curveball thrown at us. So be prepared for curveballs. Be prepared for anything and everything going wrong. Be prepared for changes, last minute changes. Be prepared for venues changing things on you, and stuff like that as well, because they may be a Coke venue today and a Pepsi venue tomorrow. And you spend all that time, cultivating relationships and then have to change up because you can't use that anymore. So you never know what's coming. You have to be prepared for anything. You can't let it frazzle you or deter you or stop you. And that's the other thing. You can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, or you could, have a roadblock or have equipment or stuff that's not working, or have a venue chain's preferred vendors, which affects your sponsors and stuff. And any of those curveballs that you're thrown, you can't let it, no matter how big it is, no matter how much it impacts you, no matter how much it affects what you're doing, you can't just give up, or you can't just, stop doing. You just have to then buckle down harder. And that's when you're going to see what you're truly made of and if you're meant to do it or not, because it's not an easy thing to do. And you have to really have the time, the patience, the drive, and the determination to succeed through all obstacles and never give up. And, our friend Mark Menard, who's going to be at our event, he has this Elevating Beyond podcast on iTunes. He's top 100 iTunes podcaster. He talks about that stuff that, you can't give up. And, and what people don't understand, and he and I were talking about this, is you don't have a choice to give up. I mean, what choice do I have? I mean, my money's tied up and sponsors' money's tied up. I can't cancel it. I can't when a curveball's thrown at me. I can't reschedule it when a third curveball thrown at me. We just have to, call Sadie up and go, Sadie, we got to get this done. We're going to have to work super hard. And she's like, want to kill me, but that's okay. And then, we're ready to go. And she helps tremendously. And is after the initial wanted to kill me about, we have to work harder. She's like, okay, let's get this done. And she gets it done. And it's truly amazing. And, you have to have the right team, and without the right team, you'll never pull it off too. And you have to have people that aren't just the right team, but they're friends. And Sadie's truly family to me, and more than friends, she's like a sister and family and to me for life. And I just couldn't have done it without her. And that's important, to find somebody you love to work with and that you enjoy working with, and that even when there's good times and bad times, and even when it's so hard, and everybody gets frustrated, and everybody has bad days, and everybody has stuff that's draining them and making them feel like, oh my god, I can't go through this anymore. But you have to have somebody that's going to be there no matter what, and that you can count on and trust. And that's important keys to it. What do you think, Sadie?
I absolutely agree. It's you never give up, and most important is love who you're working with, and the trust is 100% a key too. We've gone through a lot with this event, and it's taught me a lot of personal lessons too. It's helped me grow and learn. I learn something new every day. And thank God I do have a teacher like Greg who does have the experience that he has with all of this. I'm just happy and honored to even be a part of it with Greg, and I can't wait to do the next one and the next one after that, and spread Dogecoin everywhere. That's the goal, and to help these charities and help communities, and that's what it's about. We're gonna do only good every day and spread it across the planet.
Absolutely. And honestly, love to see it. Like personally, I definitely see what you guys are doing. And I know Danny does as well. And
Yeah.
we see y'all work, we see y'all build. So we're really proud to see where you've started to where you are now. I mean, we are legitimately 6 days away from the event actually occurring. So it's crazy how much time has actually passed. And now it's finally happening.
So I have a
All of that
question.
will hopefully be worth it. Go
I
ahead,
have a
Danny.
question. When y'all found out that the event wasn't gonna happen last October, did y'all feel like a quick sense of relief, like, oh, okay, we got a little bit more time to figure this out, or was it just like oh no, like let's try to figure this out and move forward with it right away?
No, for me, it was like we were prepared. We were ready. We had everything done. We were ready. We were locked and loaded, so to speak, and ready to launch and do it. So everything was prepared. There was nothing not prepared. It was just ready to go. It was it was heartbreaking because we we always struggle with every decision of what's best for the community. If we were coming to the event, because Sadie and I are both OGs in the Doge community, I got in at 0.0025, so I've been in a long time. And so, you know, we always look at it from the eyes of the person attending that's a Doge fan, a Dogecoin holder, and just somebody that just loves Doge and do only good every day. So we're always looking at it from their eyes. And, that's why every decision, like when we went from, the venue holds 10,000 people, we capped it at 5,000 because of, off-site parking over 5,000. Well, I don't want that. If I'm a fan, I don't want to have to be bussed into the venue. You have longer lines for the bathrooms and the concessions. If I'm attending it, I don't want to deal with longer lines. And the most important is if it's over 5,000, you couldn't have everybody on the field. So that would, section people off in different sections and stuff. And some people on the field, some people on the stadium. And we're like, no, we can't do that. So everybody can be on the field, everybody can be in the stands, everybody can roam anywhere they want, sit where they want, do what they want. And that was important to us. So every decision we make, even like down to picking Texas, it was like, what's fair for people in California? What's fair for people in Florida, New York, up north, everywhere. And halfway across the country was fair because it means that the people in California aren't having to fly all the way to the East Coast, and the East Coast aren't having to fly to the West Coast, and it was somewhere meet in the middle. Then it was, hey, we need an international city because we have international people coming in. Well, then when we looked at Texas, Houston's the international city. Dallas and Austin are great cities and amazing cultures and music scenes, but they don't have that actual, international airport. And
Yep.
so that's all these factors weigh in everything we do. So the hardest part when that happened on the delay was, we don't want to let people down. We don't want to disappoint people, but we also we have great responsibility to take because we don't want to endanger people's lives. So we did not take that decision lightly. We actually discussed it. We actually had to strategize on, okay, we don't want to lose, people's lives. We don't want to put people at risk. And that's the most important thing. And then from there, there's other things like, okay, all of a sudden, we could risk not having the event at all. We could risk losing all the money too. So it was just all those things stacked up. But the main key was the people's lives. And so we put that first, and we're proud to do that. A lot of other people did that. Our sponsors were proud of us. The stadium thought it was the right decision. And so everybody together collectively is like, this is the right thing to do. And it was the toughest decision of our lives, but it was also the best decision for people.
No, absolutely.
Beautifully
It makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you said, like you guys are running a music festival and trying to get it done to the best of your ability, not to mention as quickly as you did. We do have a couple questions, just an FYI. So for one, let's do your NFTs. Will NFTs be included with tickets, and is it first come first serve? I know that I can answer that if I'm correct, and you can just correct me if I'm wrong. But the NFTs are exclusive to the tickets. So if you were purchasing a ticket, you will be receiving an NFT. For general admission, it'd be 1. For VIP, it would be 2.
Yes, and that's correct. Every general admission ticket, there's 1 of 5,000. You'll get a 1 of 5,000 NFT, and that comes with your price of your general admission. And the VIP gets a 1 of 5,000 general admission NFT and a 1 of 500 VIP NFT. And then there are those numbers may be less because some people don't know about NFTs, don't want to get a wallet, don't want to deal with them. Some people just want to come to the festival and not. So you may even have one of less than that if a few people don't decide to claim theirs or whatever. And we will be doing that after the event because of the logistics. We've looked at it, and there's no way to do it before because we will be getting a list. We have to wait on the actual official list of all the tickets and emails from the venue and from their ticketing company, tickets.com. And once we get that full list, we're actually going to then be taking that list and and contacting everyone, giving them the steps that they have to take to claim the NFT, and then they will all be getting their NFT. But that will happen after the event because it's the only way to do it so that everybody gets theirs at once, because we're doing an airdrop at once, and it's the only fair way to do it.
That's honestly the best way to go. It's really the smoothest way to transition that in because it's probably a logistical nightmare to try to do a 1-by-1 per ticket sale. So, I mean, that's honestly a bit, just one big airdrop is pretty good. And then kind of having just post maybe a set. And then from you, once the event's over, just a set date on when that's airdropped. And then people will be boom, ready to go. At that point, you know what I mean? It makes it nice and easy. It's a smooth process. So that's good. Definitely from that end. So let's talk about something that I think is really cool. Just in general, Dogepalooza Go. It's a sponsor that you guys do have, and they're running a really cool contest. You guys want to talk about the contest a little bit? I believe the prize is pretty big. Just as an example.
Yeah, they're an amazing sponsor, and Dogepalooza Go. We're just honored to have them as one of our sponsors and strategic partners. And they're just an amazing app and game. And a lot of stuff has changed between last year and this year. And they're doing this giveaway that you can win up to $100,000. And all the details are still being done by them on how they're going to do it with this new rollout and stuff. But it's going to be amazing. It's going to be cool and fun, and we think people are going to have a good time with it. And we just love that community, and they have an amazing community. And people keep posting with the pictures of that they bought the Constellation Field. They're like, I bought Dogepalooza, and they send me, where they have the land at Constellation Field in the game, and then they send the hotel. People bought the hotel, the Marriott, we're all staying, and I think they're all going to buy the after party place too. Bar Louie. We're actually doing an after party, and worked with the people at Bar Louie right there in Town Center. They've been amazing. Caitlin with Bar Louie has just been very helpful, and we are actually doing an amazing, cool thing with them after the event. So we're gonna have a cool, nice after party there till 2 a.m. at Bar Louie right there in Sugarland Town Center, right across from the Marriott where we're all gonna be at. The whole Doge family, army, the artist, all of us are going to be there, taking over the Marriott, taking over Town Center, and taking over Bar Louie.
That's actually a great bar too, by the way. And
Yeah,
honestly, honestly, also just that's a nice little Louisville little bar too, even though it's a Louisville inspired bar. As it's heavy in the bourbon aspect. So the Bar Louisville. It's pretty freaking cool that it just is right there in Texas. I don't know. It's weird how the world works, isn't it?
I know, it's a crazy synergy. And they actually have bars all over the country, and we're doing a strategic partnership with them. And as we take Dogepalooza around, you'll be seeing us doing a lot of parties and after parties and pre-parties and all kinds of stuff at Bar Louie's across the entire country.
That's pretty sick.
That is sick.
Yeah, they're amazing. They've been so amazing to us, and it's just so cool to have them,
that feels exclusive. That feels like exclusive news.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, nobody knows
a little bit.
That's brand new. Nobody's known that. I haven't mentioned that yet. So yeah.
That's pretty sick. I know the guys, like the whole Weekly D and Paper Plate Media fam are definitely gonna be vibing with the fact they can go and hang out at Bar Louie for an after party. So they could definitely be up for that.
I just love that it's right across the street from the hotel. We can literally just stumble across the street.
Yeah, and it's such a nice hotel. The Marriott right there is a beautiful hotel. But it's a fun part of town too. That's awesome.
Lots to do.
Not far from the town. It's perfect.
The venue's only a couple miles away. I mean, everything's close. You got the mall there. First Colony Mall is back behind there. You've got the other shopping around there. You've got everything up and down Highway 6 you could ever want. And then, of course, you got, 69 right there. Take you into Houston if you want to venture on in and see what Houston has to see. You can hop on 69 and get right there. So,
that's perfect. And, I love that y'all chose Constellation Field. Being a local to Houston and stuff, and like frequenting Sugarland all the time, it's such a nice location. It's just far enough outside of town to be a little more of a lax vibe, but close enough in town that if you come in and fly from out of town, you're literally 20 minutes from downtown.
Not a bad commute at all.
Perfect.
Yeah. Not to mention, if you wanted to go, like, let's say they don't go to Bar Louie and they want to go party downtown in Midtown or kind of wherever, it's not a far drive for them to go and do that too. So they have a lot of opportunity to still have a great place to go and just party after the event is over.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great places to go to in the city, and there's a lot of great restaurants, and they can walk up and down there in town center, eat at multiple restaurants, shop, have a great time. So people come from out of town are going to be like treated to like a really nice place, nice area, and a fun time. And the Marriott is just amazing. They've been an amazing partner to work with on this. They have done everything that we needed them to do. They've helped me in many ways, and I just want to thank the whole staff there, both Bar Louie and the whole staff at the Marriott for everything that they've done. And the city of Sugarland has done some really nice things for us too, and there's some amazing people in different departments, and that really helped me out on some things. And then Constellation Field, they've just been amazing, as well. And so we're just happy with them. And also we have several of the politicians in the area and judges and political people that I've been on phone calls with that are also like helping out in every way that they can. And we've got people promoting it in every way, trying to get the word out. So tell a friend, tell family, let's get everybody there, because some stuff we're going to announce later in the show, you're going to not want to miss this. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Kyle, you muted yourself, buddy.
I said yes. And just again, so we can reiterate this, we are also going to be giving away some VIP tickets. We're going to be giving away a set. So that's 2 VIP tickets for the actual Dogepalooza event. We're also going to be giving away 2 sets of, so 4 total tickets live here as well. And then we'll have a nice little fun stuff for the people who are going to be listening in post. So don't go away, because we're going to keep continuing. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to have some really cool stuff coming up. So let's move into events. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on while at Dogepalooza. One big thing for us, just personally speaking, the Weekly D Paper Plate Media Company as a whole is going to be there. We're going to have a booth set up where we're going to be giving away lots of t-shirts, koozies, all made by Daniel, as an example, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be doing that. So if you guys are going to be at the event and you want a free shirt, come check it out. You do have to follow the podcast. You do have to make sure you're checking out. But if you're listening to this right now, obviously you probably already do. just kind of show proof. We're also be giving away and raffling off Doge exclusive weekly Doge candles. They are the themed candle, so that's like a cinnamon vanilla flavor. So they're pretty cool. They smell great. And so we're going to be raffling a few of those off as well. We do realize, of course, that they may present, just in general as a small hazard, but we'll make sure that they get put in a car, put away once they're raffled off, or it'll pick up at a few minutes before the show.
It'll be so you can enter the raffle to win yourself a weekly D exclusive candle. Our design is called the Santo de Doge. It's a fun candle we made. Our producer Alan actually helped us make the candle. It's a very specific scent that he created for us. But yeah, we'll be raffling them off, and then after the concert, because we figured that it's too much of a hazard to actually pass them out at the concert. After the concert, we'll do a raffle and we'll reach out to you guys and send you your candles, so you can have exclusive weekly D Santo Doge candles.
I hope I win.
Yeah, so
I want one. Those look cool.
They're pretty good. They smell good too, honestly.
So
I want one of those candles too. Huh?
Yeah, we got some allocated for you guys. So
both of you guys will be receiving a candle.
Oh my god, I'm happy now. I get a candle. I cannot wait. I love candles. And I can't. Those candles look so good, and I bet you they smell great. And I just can't wait to have one of those candles. I'm gonna keep that thing forever.
We hope so.
Yeah, heck yeah. No, they smell good too. Like they have a really, really nice scent. We've been doing a lot of test scents past couple months. And so we've just been sending it over. Danny's been sending it to me up to Kentucky like past couple months. And honestly, we've been trying to find that perfect scent. And it's really changed more from horchata to crypto cream. That's what we decided to call it, crypto cream. But it is a vanilla, like cinnamon kind of like smell. It's very, very nice.
I love that name. I love that name.
Awesome.
But that is just one thing as like a small thing. If you guys want to come and check it out, come hang out with the Paper Plate Media gang. We're also so with Danny and one of our other Paper Plate Media hosts will actually be doing exclusive interviews as well that we'll have actually on a later episode of the podcast, where we're going to be doing some kind of clips with some of our celebrity guests that are going to be there. So potentially see some really cool celebrity interviews. We're going to kind of see who we can interview just depending on the event, the time and stuff, but expect some really cool ones. Then that's just something that we're personally going to be doing. Now, Sadie and Greg, I know you guys have a ton more things that's going to be going on during Dogepalooza. So if you want to just share, even if it's just a few things, before we start going into like some concert stuff, what are some things going to be going on? Like, what can people expect when they show up to Constellation Field that day?
Do you want to go, Sadie? Do you want me to start it, or what do you want to do?
You go for it.
Oh boy. Okay, fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, they're gonna have a great time. There's gonna be amazing music. We have a variety of different artists, bands, DJs, entertainers, all different genres of music. Something for everyone in the whole family. It's gonna be kid and family friendly, as well as for the first 5 hours, as well as the adults can let their hair down and party like it's 1999, as Sadie said. And so it'll be great and cool. We also have, the fireworks show that's going to happen as well. There's different vendors that are going to be there with all kinds of cool merchandise and stuff. We also have you guys coming out. You're all going to be doing a live interviews and podcasts from there. We have live podcasts from Mark Menard on the stage. We actually have, you want to tell them about the tech speakers, Sadie?
Yeah. So we're going to have an educational piece, because that's super important to us at Dogepalooza, to educate, novice people that don't know about crypto, that don't know about the blockchain, NFTs, and Dogecoin. So we want to teach people that don't know anything about Dogecoin, so they get, interested in it, can get them in their wallet. So we actually have Europe's #1 tokenomics expert. Her name is Eloisa Marchesoni. She's going to be coming in to speak and teach everybody about the blockchain, NFTs, Dogecoin in a very simple way for people to understand. That was particularly important to me, to have somebody like her speaking at this event. So I'm hoping that she can come along with us for the ride on other Dogepaloozas as well. And then, of course, we have Mark Bernard, or we love Mark, from Elevating Beyond as well. And we have a couple of surprises. I'm not ready to announce the couple of surprises speakers yet, but there's going to be a couple more as well. So,
Okay.
yep.
So it kind of just to get, I guess, to give it a rundown. So the beginning of the day is going to be more of a family-friendly event. There's going to be some activities for the kids, but also mostly an educational panelist kind of thing, almost like a convention in the sense of there's going to be some panels kind of going on through the day, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And that's kind of how that would start, with maybe a few smaller bands and stuff like that, kind of just in between. And as we go deeper into the night, what can we expect from there? Is this an opportunity where the adults get to go out and play? Kind of what is the expectation that we're going to see here?
Oh, yes. So after 5 o'clock, from noon to 5, it is kid and family friendly, but we are going to announce that, hey, things might start getting a little bit more adult-like. So it's up to them if they want to keep their children there or not. So they can do whatever they wish. But after 5 o'clock, it's going to get a little bit more fun. We have got, let's see, we have a bunch of artists. We have a bunch of local artists. And I do want to touch on that as well. So a couple of our local artists from the Houston area, we have Gammy Gons, who I believe has been on this show.
Yes.
He is awesome.
We love Gammy personally.
Yeah, very cool guy. And we also have Jamakai, who is a local favorite, who I also think has been on this show.
He has been on the show as well. Yes, Jamakai's dope, great artist, and honestly, really excited to hear him live. I think it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, he's actually going to be doing a few songs with a couple other local artists. One is Shipley and D Flacco, and Aloki is going to be there too. And they're all collaborating. It's going to be so much fun because they're going to switch, into their song, and then it's going to go to another local artist, and then they're going to have their features on there. And we also actually have a local high school jazz band that is going to be playing, the Viking Vanguard. They are from Dulles High School in Sugar Land. So we wanted to give them the opportunity to showcase what their talents are. They're amazing kids, and they're actually going to be kicking it off when we open the door.
My brain was just imagining the hype because especially just to dox ourselves a little bit, Danny and I both went to the same high school, not far away. We didn't go to Dulles. We went to Lamar Consolidated. But the band, just to start things off, to get into the big hype of the event, is always actually really fun because it gets the people, it literally gets the people going, right?
Yeah.
That we would just have the da 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 da. It's just a great feeling. And I remember me and Danny just losing our minds on the football. Like, he was actually on the field, and I'm just going nuts in the stands. Like, it's just kind of what it was like.
Yeah, I love a good high school band.
So,
it's always
I know a lot
people up.
and that's a great way to kind of segue it, from the more kid-friendly aspect and moving into more of, as we get, it's just setting off, now the adults are going to be able to kind of play. We're going to have some really cool artists coming in. Now, for adults for the event, just to make it clear, will there be alcohol at the event?
Yeah.
So people can also drink. Then that's an all-day thing, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
They'll have alcohol, they'll have non-alcoholic, and they'll have food as well at the event. It's all provided by it's now Airmark that does that has a contract. They switched from the other company to Airmark recently, and they're providing the food. They even have it's going to be amazing there. That's all done through Constellation, through Airmark, so they handle all that. And then the other thing is we have some cool things with Mark Menard. He's going to actually do a visa, or he's going to do a on his podcast that's going to be live from the stage. He's going to interview our host, Tolly Randy. She's a local Houston native and media personality. And I don't know if you all know about what happened to her, but on September 27th, she and her sister were walking out of an event that she was hosting, and somebody pulled up in a car and said, "Would you like a ride?" And they politely told the gentleman no. He kept insisting, "Would you like a ride?" They kept politely saying no. He just got more and more agitated as they kept saying no. And the next thing you know, they ended up, he pulled off, he came back around, ran them over, and her sister went flying, hit him with the car from behind. They're walking the car. He hit them with the car from behind. Her sister goes flying to the curb, breaks several bones and stuff. Totally Randy flies like 40 feet, scrapes up her entire face. They both got knocked out and wake up in the hospital.
Oh my God.
Unconscious from this. And the sad thing about it is the person got away with it because they were told, well, you were unconscious, you were hit from behind. How do you know he hit you? That right there, when I heard that story and heard what her sister's still going through and still going through, um, uh, rehab and stuff and trying to be able to walk and stuff. And then Randy, totally Randy actually, thinking about, hey, my life's over, my career's over. I wish I would have died in that. And even contemplating suicide. That broke my heart when I heard that. And the
Wow.
fact that this person got away with it. And Sadie and I made the decision that we fell in love with Totally Randy, and we both agreed that she had to be the host of Dogepalooza because this will be her comeback, first event since the accident. It's going to be her big comeback, as well as we wanted to give her a platform like this to tell the world her story, share what happened, tell it in her own words. And that's why Mark's going to interview her on stage, as well as in her, as well as like other media will be doing interviews and stuff, because we want to change those laws, because that's not right. That person should not have been able to get away with that. And if we can like provide a platform that helps change that, then we've done something good and do only good every day. And so that's what we want to do in a big way. And we love Totally Randy. We're so excited for her to come back, and we're so happy that she's here. She's even written a book and everything. And so, and her sister, is making tremendous strides as well. And so we're just proud of both of them for persevering through this. And then, it's going to be great to have her host this event in her hometown.
And her
Sure.
sister's coming with her, so she'll be there to enjoy the event as well. So I can't wait
Good.
to meet. I can't wait to meet both of them. They're just really
Mhm.
amazing women, and totally Randy. She blows me away.
Yeah.
Her personality is just out of this world.
I mean,
She's just
thank God she's okay.
awesome.
That's terrifying. Like just in
Mhm.
general. Like
Oh,
ugh. Like poor thing. Like that's intense. Like just in
Yeah.
general, like having to deal with something like that. Like, oh my God. Like, well, I'm glad she's okay at least. But
yeah.
I mean, this is a really cool opportunity to kind of get herself back up on her feet, and this will be great for her to kind of get back with her debut again and just kind of get back into event hosting and stuff like that. So this will be good. But
And it,
thoughts are
and it
with you,
shows you,
Randy.
what it does? It shows you that, like, no matter what you plan for, there's always something that's already planned for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she got injured on September 27th, and then our event was supposed to be October 9th. It got rescheduled. If it hadn't got rescheduled, we would have never met her. We would have never done that. And I
Mhm.
actually met her by going into Clubhouse, and I met some people in the local Houston market, and I met a producer who's a three-time Grammy nominated producer who's worked with like Slim Thug and UGK and a bunch of other amazing artists.
Dope.
And he's an amazing person, amazing producer. His name's D-Bots. He's from Houston. And him and his partner in crime, Rothstein Beats, who's from Vegas and now lives in Virginia, they're both going to be at the event performing as well. And they're the reason we met Totally Randy, because
Mhm.
D-Bots wanted to get me back in that room, and that him and Rothstein were hosting in Clubhouse, and I went back in there and talked to her and met her, and then the rest is history, as they say. So never give up on your stuff, and you never know what's going to happen.
And you said that she had a book coming out. What's the name of her book? Do you happen to know that?
You know the name of the book, Sadie?
Totally Randy's Final Destination.
Oh, wow.
Totally Randy's Final Destination.
Yes. And then Final Destination actually has a line through it because it's not her final destination.
I like that. Nice meta.
Yeah.
I dig it. Okay, cool. All right. So let's talk big event headliners. We know for a fact Dionne Warwick is going to be there. Award-winning Grammy artist is going to be headlining the event. We also know her son, DJ Nomad, an award-winning producer and DJ. He's produced for music for like Lady Gaga, for Beyonce, for Britney Spears, for like literal legends, right? Just in the space. I know Lil Mook's going to be there as well, who has also been on the Weekly podcast. So that's pretty sick. So we're definitely excited to rock out with Lil Mook. But what are some other really like cool, like bigger headliners that are going to be jumping on?
White Sun. They're an amazing group of yogis and gurus from California, and they actually beat out Enya for a Grammy for Best New Age Album. They're an amazing group of people, have the most amazing sound. They're doing a music that no one's ever done before. They have these frequencies that can help, and frequencies with music, Damon's into it as well, can help heal you and help energize you, help lift your spirit and stuff. And they do this in a way that's so amazing. And they are the most wonderful, sweet, down-to-earth people you want to meet too. We've had some amazing interactions and calls and talks with them, and they're just really, really great human beings that want to help, spread love and healing and make people happy. And so we're just very honored to have White Sun come and perform too. I mean, they're just amazing group of people.
That's so cool.
And we also have two awesome people they're actually affiliates of the Wu-Tang Clan. We've got Fourth Disciple and Killer Priest. They've been in the hip hop game for a very long time. They're very talented. They're also going to be performing. I'm really excited personally about seeing them. I'm so excited about meeting them. And hopefully in future Dogepaloozas we can get the actual clan to come along with them. They were unfortunately not available for this one. They have a lot of acting things going on in movies and other projects. So but in the future, hopefully, cross your fingers.
Amazing. Even them is awesome.
Yeah.
I grew up on Wu-Tang. Like they're one of my favorite rap groups of all time. That is so.
Me too.
Literally, Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. So.
Right.
And
that's sick.
They actually are going to be making some big announcements of things that they are going to be doing with Dogepalooza and that we're going to be working on with them. And those are going to be made at Dogepalooza. So you don't this. And this is going to be huge what we're doing with them. And it's going to be really cool. And some of the stuff has never been done before. So I think it's going to be a cool thing that we worked on with them that people are going to love. So we just love to bring cool surprises, cool people together, make the things fun for the Doge community, the Doge army, and just spread the love of Dogecoin to the world. And they want to help, educate people in their circles and in their communities, and give them the education of crypto and Dogecoin and NFTs and blockchain and the metaverse and stuff. So everybody has an even playing field. Because if everybody has an even playing field and you give everybody a shot and you uplift everyone from the bottom up, everybody wins that way. And that's
question. Can we potentially expect Fourth Disciple and Killer Priest to potentially? I know that it sounds like they'll be doing some solo stuff, but maybe can we potentially see some add-ins from them as well, like doing some stuff together during the event?
Sadie, you want to take that one?
Everything's possible. So yes. This is gonna be a good time. So yes, they're going to work together, do their own, and you just have to come. You have to
I can
come
see
to
it in
see.
Danny's face. She made his entire night. I'm not even gonna just from that. That's sick. Literally, that's just so cool. I mean, you have two really, really talented rappers for one
Yeah.
that are gonna be there. And some of the guys that, like, just as an example, like Jamakai as an example, gets to be on a stage with some legends that, he's a great artist too. And I think one day he'll also be a legend, but he's one of those people that, like, is very, very, like, in the wave of old school hip hop. So I don't even know if he knows that's what's going on, but if he does, he's going to lose his mind.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably screaming if he's listening to this right now.
That's one thing y'all amaze me about, is that y'all have done such an amazing job at bringing local, young, new, up and coming talent with all these, these OGs of the music game, of everything, and you're just you're bringing the Doge community and different generations of it all together. And I'm so excited, and I can't wait for the final day where we're all there having the time of our lives, enjoying what you guys have created. I mean, y'all have done an
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And it's in, it's like you said, I mean, there's a whole, from young to old and everywhere in between is in the Doge army and the Doge community and loves Dogecoin and stuff. So, doing this, it's not as easy as any other concert because we have to take an effect. We're not trying to be any other concert because we're not a concert. We're actually a festival, and we're a community event that's for the people, by the people, and to give back to the people and give back to charities in a big way. Because, like we said, the ticket sales all go to donate to the charities we support, minus sales tax and credit card processing fee. All the rest goes to the charity. We're not doing this to make money. And so we're doing something different. We're not trying to be like anybody else. We're trying to be ourselves and what Doge is, which is inclusive of everybody, fun for everybody, and not just one style, one genre, one type of performance, one type of event. It's an everybody event. So in booking something like that, it's a challenge because you have to take that into effect, and you got to reach across multiple generations. You got to reach across multiple genres of music. And I think, a lot of people didn't understand how or why or what we're trying to do. But, look at it. I mean, we even have Jason Demore. He's an amazing artist, and he's mentored by Neo. We've got Simona. She is an amazing, talented pop artist who is actually, got songs produced by Drakari from O-Town and Michael Jackson's relative, and stuff like that. And then you have like Talon Majors, who's written songs for artists on the 3 big major record labels and stuff. And now she's a pop goddess in her own right, and she's up and coming and stuff, and doing her career. So we wanted to give a mix of age ranges, a mix of female and male artists, a mix of different genres of music, and just a really good time. And you couldn't do it any better. And look at like Dion, when we signed Dion, and people are like, what, why? It's like, oh no, that's what friends are for. That's what the Doge army is about. We've all become friends online. We were all hanging out in these spaces together, talking together for hours. Some people falling asleep, camping out in the spaces. I have slumber parties and Twitter spaces, grown adults doing it. And that's what friends are for. And it couldn't be a better song to actually have for the Doge army and the Doge family, because everybody's got to know each other all these time during the pandemic. Now you get to see each other, and you truly get to cement that friendship in person. And I couldn't think of a better song to epitomize that, and also to embody the do only good everyday spirit, because Dion and Damon, that's what they do. They're the nicest, most genuine people you ever want to meet. They're down to earth. They give back. I mean, for example, we did an event with Dion and Damon, and it was on Dion's birthday. And when people don't realize, her birthday was on a Sunday, the 12th of December. Well, that Saturday night, Dion was in North Carolina performing at a concert. She hops on a plane Sunday morning after being at a concert all night. She's 81 years, or turning 81 on that next day. She flies all the way across the country to LA, lands, goes straight to the studios in Burbank and records a Price is Right thing that played during the Grammys, then leaves there, goes straight to Brooke Burke's mansion and performs for charity on her birthday, all on her birthday, and performs that night at Brooks Burke's mansion in Malibu for Operation Smile to help children with cleft palates. Then she hops back on a plane the next morning and flies to another event for another concert. I mean, what's anyone else's excuse? I mean, look at what she does. And so that's amazing. And that's why we've picked these people and look at, her career. She's now since then done stuff with Chance the Rapper. She's done stuff with Nick Carter and Carmen from the Pussycat Dolls. She did stuff with one of the guys from Bone Thugs and Harmony, a song that Damon produced all these songs with her and stuff. And she's done stuff with Chloe Flower and everybody else. So there's all these amazing things that she's done since then and been on Saturday Night Live. And Dogepalooza has been on Saturday Night Live. I mean, did you guys think when we first talked to you that you would ever think that Dogepalooza would be not only on Saturday Night Live, but they would actually request us on there? I mean, that's just like groundbreaking. And we got Dogecoin mentioned on Saturday Night Live because we were on there. So it's
crazy
kind of stuff like that. And, it's amazing stuff that's happened. It's fun. It's cool. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to make this stuff happen. And, Sadie and I probably need a vacation after this, but we're actually probably not going to get it because we already have people. We already have plans for the second one, and it's like, and third, fourth, and fifth, and all these other ones. But it's like moving fast and quickly, and we already have people like talking to us very seriously on sponsoring and helping and doing stuff for a second one. And we actually have been contacted to come help at this certain place during a certain time for a certain big event. And so that's cool. And we have some other big things. Is this the time you want us to do some other big announcements, or is that
Let's just go ahead and run it. Let's run it.
Sure?
So yeah. So next
question before we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have put so much work into this, to be right where we're at now? We're 6 days away from Dogepalooza. Y'all have put all this work in, all these hours in. Y'all probably lost a lot of sleep throughout the time. I'm sure you are exhausted. But how does it feel to know that y'all came up with this idea and just went with it and created such an amazing thing that's we're literally 6 days away from?
It's surreal to me. I don't think it's going to hit me until I'm actually there in the venue looking down at what we have created. We started this. I was just a regular member of the Doge Army, on Twitter, and we were all talking, and I was talking in a space, and I'm like, oh, how cool would it be if we had like a festival or whatever? Yeah, that would be so cool. And yeah, then I meet Greg, and I'm like, oh my God. And it just took off from there. And I'm really, really proud of what we both and our team has accomplished through this time. And to me, I don't think it's gonna, like I said, I don't think it's gonna hit me until Saturday morning, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me doing these events for as long as I've done them, right now I'm still in like the mode of getting everything done, all the calls, all the, meetings, all the stuff that I got to do. It's like nonstop. So I'm still in this like 24-hour, like nonstop work mode to get everything done. There's so many details, last minute details that people just have no idea that we're working on nonstop. I'm on call. Sadie's on calls. We're both on calls together, apart, handling it. And it's just so much work. People have no idea. But I don't think, to me, because I'm going to be running around having to deal with like 50 million things because I know what happens at events, it probably won't hit me till like the very end or after, because probably when it is all going down, the fireworks are going off and stuff, it'll probably hit me then, because then at that point I'm done for the day until I go to the after party and then have to be back on doing all that stuff there at the after party too. But I'll be going till that fireworks show, and then at that point I'll be like, probably can take a breath for 2 seconds and then get going again. But yeah, that's kind of what it'll be for me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just curious because I know y'all have been putting in so much work. And this is gonna sound dumb, but I like to imagine that we're all gonna be there when Dionne Warwick is singing "That's What Friends Is For." We're all gonna be hand in hand, just singing along with it, enjoying that moment of just being in a concert again. Post COVID, well, we're still kind of in COVID, but post all the craziness and just seeing what y'all created. It's gonna be an amazing time. I already know it, and I can't wait to meet all of y'all. And
I know.
I can't wait for the Doja Army to just to meet everybody that's in this community. It's gonna be an amazing time, and I just want to say thank you guys for doing this.
Oh, of course, we do it for the community, and I can't wait to meet everybody that we've literally been talking to for a year online, and to finally be able to see them in person and meet them and hear their, it's like, well, I know you, but I don't know you type of thing. But you know what I mean? But Twitter Spaces really changed the game, in May of last year, where we were actually able to speak to one another. And that was just awesome.
Yeah.
Once we were able to speak to each other, it was like, oh my God, this is all real. And there's some amazing things that happen.
You are gonna have to come visit me post Dogepalooza and come to Louisville so we can go and have a hot brown at the Brown Hotel.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, I love the Brown Hotel. It's an amazing property. I've actually stayed there before when Cher was there before too.
Beautiful place. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It's so pretty.
It really is.
A lot of
And
history
we
there
will have
too.
to come, for the dirt. Well, it'd be cool to come up for the Derby too.
Oh yeah, that's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it depends on how we are after this whole thing. If we're both still like walking, after exhaustion from it all. But yeah, that would be fun to come up for that and stuff. And
let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let me know if y'all end up in town. Well, so I guess it's time. Should we talk some announcements? We have some special announcements that are exclusive, I say, to the Weekly D podcast and Paper Plate Media Company. So if we want to go ahead and talk about that, Greg, if you are ready, we can start with some announcements that may be audio only, but I know we have some video announcements as well. So yes. I'll let you go ahead and take it from here.
Okay, so these are exclusive announcements. Nobody knows about this. One of them just happened tonight, literally before this podcast. We got introduced to an amazing group of guys who are doing a project called Brooklyn Batman. It's a superhero. He's going to be the first Black superhero Batman in the series. Warner Brothers is involved in it with them. They're doing like an animated series. They're doing a comic book, and they're actually doing an album with it. And there may be some future stuff on top of that as well. It's an amazing project. I got so blessed to actually meet them, talk to them. And I was actually in the Bat Cave with them tonight, right before I came here. We were in a private Discord chat that was in the Bat Cave, and it's called the Bat Cave, and it's kind of cool. And Brooklyn Batman was in there, the guy that created it, and his whole team.
And this is all, like you said, this is all officially Warner Bros. Property. It's
these guys are doing it in conjunction with them. They have a deal with Warner Bros. They're developing it all out, and they have the license rights to use a bunch of the Batman characters and different things. And there's some really cool other surprises that they're going to do.
That's so cool. Like, how?
I don't know. I'm in this meeting, listen to these guys. They're telling me something. I saw this. I was looking at some of the paperwork while I was talking to them. And then I came with this other idea, which I can't say yet, but it's something nobody's ever done before. And we're going to do that with them as well. and it's a brilliant idea. It was so cool that they actually even wrote it in the actual Discord server in the back cave, that Greg came up with this, ideal, this other ideal that I can't tell yet. They actually wrote it in there. So it's timestamped that everybody in the world will be able to see that's when it came up. Who came up with that ideal and stuff. So that was kind of cool that they did. But all of us together flushed out this whole Doge dog ideal. It took all of us working together. I initiated it, and then they all jumped on board, and they're like, yeah, let's do this with it. Let's do that with it. There's all these cool surprises that are going to happen with it. But it's so cool that because of what Sadie and I have created with Dogepalooza, we're in a position where we're on phones with these creative people who are doing projects with Warner Brothers and doing projects like Brooklyn Batman and these amazing things. And so I think that this is something amazing, and it's going to game changer. And the more we get Doge out there, the more we get Dogecoin out there and Dogepalooza out there, the more we get adoption, the more people see it. Who knows who will see that Brooklyn Batman and go, what's Dogecoin? What's Dogepalooza? What's Doge? What is that dog all about? What's the Shiba Inu? What's the significance? Then they're going to research and do their due diligence, and they're going to find Dogecoin in the community, and they'll stay like all of us. And I think now would be a great time to queue up I was able and lucky enough to even get them to hurry and give me a couple sneak peeks. They have also a record coming out, but right now you're going to see a little sneak peek video about the Brooklyn Batman, and then after that we'll play the sneak clip of a little clipping of a song that's going to be on the album that's going to be released by Warner as well.
Dick, let's jump right in.
The Avengers.
Playing with me. Turn my headphones up. Stop playing with us.
Get it. Burgers on Batman, scratch that. Call me Rubber Band Man, look how I bounce back.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Feeling like a billionaire locked in a cell.
Nice. That was pretty cool.
That is really
Yeah. And they were so nice to give me some like clips already. I mean, it's just crazy how this happened.
Yeah. All right, y'all ready for the second clip?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
The health life question been figured out. You believe you the one, you been singled out. Wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but a blood in my baby bottle was a 40 ounce. Underdog but up and coming, folding them up and running back against the wall like it's hard to scratch an itch or something. Said the done would depend on ourself, cause welfare is poison disguised as health, And we gon' talk about that pain too, for happiness, so I talk about that change too. Just a hope that it could change you. Perception is reality, I'm giving you my main view. I ain't Pac, I ain't giving you that red view. I got nightmares of the police in my rear view. I did a year silence.
And the cool thing about him is he's, in Brooklyn, he's a rap hip hop artist, and he's a superhero. And so it's like, it's cool. It's like, that's what you expect out of Web3. That's what you expect out of like the future going forward, is these cool projects and stuff. And they're actually going to have the ability with their project to have people, like anybody that's fans. Imagine this. Imagine when we were all growing up, imagine if you could have owned a percentage of Superman, Spider-Man, the original Batman. They are giving people a chance to have ownership in all of these things they're creating, from the album to the comics to the animated series and all that stuff. And they're going to have the chance to be an owner in that and own a percentage of the masters and all that. You could never do before. This is game changing. They're doing something no one's ever done, and they're the first to do it.
Wow.
That's wild.
That's so
Yeah, no.
That's so interesting how they're doing that.
I mean, I was very curious when I was first listening because I know because Brooklyn Batman, like he's been on, if I'm not mistaken, he's been on No Jumper and stuff before as well too.
Mhm.
He's a drill rapper, like, and he's pretty popular in that scene of like drill as a whole. But it is interesting to see like some of the partnerships he's been able to build. That's awesome. Like that's
Oh,
actually that's really freaking cool.
and they're going to try to make it down to Dogepalooza. They're like, hey, we're gonna hop in the car and drive down there Friday and be there Saturday. They're like, what time's even? I'm
From
like,
Brooklyn?
they're gonna drive
Yeah.
23 hours straight. And they're like, we'll just switch off and stuff. They are just like wild and crazy. And because they have so much work they have to do before this, but they want to come down in a big way. And he's going to bring the outfit and everything as long as everything works out. The plan is for them to try to make it down. Hopefully they'll be able to. But if he does, we'll be getting him live up on that stage in that outfit. And it's going to be epic. And it's just going to be wild. And I mean, think about this because of Dogepalooza, because of what we've created, because of Dogecoin and the Doge army and the Doge family, we were able to be in these calls and suggest something as crazy as Brooklyn Batman have a sidekick, Shiba Inu named Doge. I mean, you
That's
couldn't even write this as a story, and it's real life, and we're living it.
yeah. That is so crazy. I love this community. That's all I can say about this. I love how the Doge Army works and how it's literally interconnected so many people that I mean, like you said, it's creating opportunities that you would have never thought of. That's so crazy. And it's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, and like I'm talking to those guys. They're not paying me to do this. I'm not getting paid to do it. I gave them an idea for to do it and stuff, and because I want to help spread adoption of Doge. A lot of people be like, "Oh, that's my idea. I'm not going to tell anybody." But I was like, I was so excited when I came up with it while we're talking. I couldn't help myself. I was just like, "Hey, I got to tell you this idea here. If you all want to use it, let's use it. I just want to give back to the community." So that's the kind of stuff that we do, is those kind of things to get back in a big way to help spread the adoption of Dogecoin and make it go to the moon, as we said. So that's just one of many announcements. Sadie, do you want to do the one about the car thing, or do you want?
Yes,
I'll
I
let you do that.
do.
Yes.
I'm super excited to announce that the famous Doge McLaren will be at Dogepalooza. This is the McLaren that is wrapped in Dogecoin heads that is going around the country to different events. They were just at NFTLA. They're doing all kinds of things. So everybody will have the chance to sit in this vehicle, take selfies with it, take videos, all kinds of fun stuff. Julia Love is the owner of this car. You can find there on Instagram and Twitter. It is at Doge Claren, I believe, on Twitter. And I don't know what Julia's is, Greg. Do you know offhand? I think it might be at Julia Love. I'm super excited to have this car
I'm not
here at
sure.
Dogepalooza.
Yeah, we're so
it-
excited, and people will be able to get a chance to take pictures in it. I can't wait to go for a ride in this thing. It's going to be amazing and fun. I just think it'll be great for the Doge community. Did you announce who's bringing it for them? Who helped?
Oh
do
yeah. So Julia Love owns the car, but from our own Dogecoin Foundation, Gary LaChance was also a part of this, and he will
Nice.
be coming as well. And we love Gary and Doge Disco parties. So
Oh yeah, we
I
we, we
just
do love the Doge Disco. For those who don't know what the Doge Disco is, Gary LaChance is really one of the reasons the Dogecoin Foundation actually rebuilt itself and what it is. Like, I mean, it didn't really even exist before that. And what the Dogecoin Foundation is, just for people who aren't aware, is it's legal protections and in a group of people that are legally protecting Dogecoin from scammers and things like that. So it's actually super good. And what they did with the Doge Disco was just like a really fun little project where they'd send a ton of stickers, to kind of share and throw around. And Gary does really great things in the Doge community. So that's actually really cool for those who aren't aware. Like,
and then also, what about the group that's helping make that happen, Sadie?
Yes. Doge NFT is actually sponsoring them to be there. And I apologize, I'm looking for their
Doge NFT,
information.
they're the ones that actually bought the original image of the Doge dog that was used for the original Dogecoin. And they're the ones bought that at auction for, I think it was 4.2 million, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They actually are the ones that are sponsoring bringing the Dogecoin to Dogepalooza. And the Dogecoin will actually be in the field next to the stage, so everybody can come in there and take pictures, selfies, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be on some special protective flooring to protect the grass, of course.
I was gonna say, and probably some protective, like just general like area, because especially as the night gets closer and the alcohol starts flowing more, I would worry about a couple wild children trying to jump on top of the McLaren and
we're gonna
security would be good for that area. But it's gonna look so
Exactly.
good with the pictures and stuff it's just a vibe having like that sick McLaren just right next to the stadium. It's fire.
I know it's going to be insane, and it's been a lot of hard work to get all this stuff to happen and stuff, and there's more stuff happening every single day, like this, just every day something new is coming up that is just amazing. We're just so excited about it. The other thing, do you want me to go to the next thing, say the one that you were texting?
Absolutely, yes, this is the big one.
This is a big one, and it's so amazing. We just, I don't know, pinch ourselves. We actually have an opportunity and a deal to do a movie documentary at Dogepalooza. So everyone that comes to Dogepalooza will have a chance to be in it if they choose. If they don't want to be in it, they don't have to. But it's an opportunity to make history with the Doge Army, and all your favorite Doge community members can get to say what Doge and Dogecoin and the Doge community means to them and everything at Dogepalooza, and be included in this documentary movie. And the amazing thing is, like, if you're coming and if you're an artist or just somebody attending or whoever, or like you guys, being a part of it, just film everything you can on your phones. And if you want to like submit any of that to us to be included in it, you can go down in history in this film of being at the very first one, being in this film. That is the people that we're doing the deal with did Drake's movie, just to kind of show you. And the power of what they distributed is astronomical. I mean, they're talking every single kind of like service you can imagine, from on-demand VODs, streaming, you name it. A big brand too that is going to release it as well, and then be in everywhere you can imagine. Could you imagine being on a plane flying somewhere else and seeing the Dogepalooza movie on that plane, going to a hotel somewhere around the world, seeing it in a hotel? Well, this company could get us in every one of those planes and every one of those hotels all over the entire world. What is that going to do for Dogecoin? What is that going to do for the Doge Army and Doge family? How many more people are going to fall in love with it, become part of the community? How many more people are going to get into Doge? How many more businesses and charities are going to see that and go, wow, what is this? And if you're seeing it on a plane and you're seeing it in a hotel and you're seeing it on some of these big services, you're going to be like, there's something to this. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to take Dogecoin, Dogepalooza, and the whole Doge army with us as big, as far as we can, to the moon and beyond. And we want to make it truly the people's currency around the world and do only good every day. And we're working tirelessly to make this stuff happen. These are not easy deals to do. These are not deals that you can just go out and get. Not anybody can just go make this stuff happen. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of skill. It's a lot of talking and connections and people believing in what we do, and respecting our credentials, Sadie and I's both credentials, backgrounds, expertise, and saying, hey, we get it. Let's do this. I mean, come on. I mean, think about the announcements we made just tonight. Getting Doge into an animated series, a comic book, with an iconic brand like the Brooklyn Batman, getting, Doge into a film that we're going to film at Dogepalooza and getting it all over the world.
Pretty sick.
It's game changing. And these deals have happened in the last, one of them today and one of them in the last week.
Wow.
And it's honestly just for people that are wondering when it comes to building a festival. Yes, things do happen in the last week.
Yes.
That is how that works. It does happen.
A lot of things happen in the last couple
both
weeks.
good and bad. It's kind of just comes with it. People will, jump off lineups. People will jump on lineups. People will. These kind of things will happen. Back end deals are happening. Or backdoor deals, I guess the way to put it. There's all kinds of things going on. And it's just, this is such a cool experience. And very sad. I'm gonna miss it. I'm actually very, very sad, but it's okay.
We're so sad you're gonna miss it. We love you, Kyle. We want you there. And what's crazy too is we're what, 6 days away or whatever it is, 5 days, however many hours, whatever it is, away from this event. And literally, I've already had calls today of brands going, hey, we just found out, we've been tied up. We're looking at our budgets for the next 2 quarters, and do you have anything coming up? We want to get in the second one. We already have people wanting to sponsor the second one, and we're 6 days away from the first one. And I called Sadie. Guess what, Sadie? I got a sponsor for the second one. And that happened today. So never give up on your dreams. Never give up no matter how. Never doubt it. Just keep going for what you got to do, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much you have to suffer, no matter what you got to go through to make it happen. Just don't give up. Yeah. That's the moral of it.
That's literally words to live by.
Because
speaking,
if you give up, you could be giving up right before the greatness happens.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Look at all the stuff we've announced tonight. This all happened last week.
That's
wild.
It's what's going to happen tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday? This is how we're rolling.
There's still some low key things that happened yet that you can't talk about yet, Sadie, that you've mentioned.
Correct.
There is another thing that I'm just dying to tell people, and when they hear about it, I'll probably know in the next 24 to 48 hours. And I'm telling you, the entire Doge community is going to go crazy when they hear this. I have actually spoken to these people on the telephone personally more than once now. Okay. And all I can say is that the Doge army will go insane. It's perfect fit for Doge. It's all about Doge, and it's some of the cool stuff. And the stuff that we talked about today that they want to do possibly at the event, if we can make it all work logistically, is going to be much epic and to the moon. That's all I can say.
Sneaky peeky, Greg. What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. No, we're very excited to hear in the next couple of days what's going to be going on. But no, that's cool. That's cool. We're very excited, and it's very cool to hear that there's still some surprises that potentially some people that are going to be going to the event may still also be surprised by some of those things. What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, this is exciting. I mean, I guess we're at it's crunch time now. Like legitimately it's crunch time. Like this is I'm sure you guys are gonna be nuts. Like you said, we're the last podcast that you're gonna be on
Mhm.
until this event comes. So those who are able to listen there, you guys are listening to something extremely exclusive. And glad you're here with us, you know, and we've been able to hear some really, really cool exclusive work. I mean, some stuff literally being the first of its kind in the scene
Mhm.
that you see is still growing. Um, it's awesome. It's awesome, and we're definitely blessed to be a part of it. So,
Because of the Weekly D podcast, Kyle and Danny and Alan and their amazing team, and them bringing us here to do this. And so you guys support the Weekly D podcast. They're an amazing group of guys. We've known them since the beginning, you know, and we just love them to death. And they work so hard. They've grown so much. They've improved and upped their game. And we just are just so honored to be here on the podcast with them and show them love and support. And without them, you wouldn't have won those tickets. $300 per
mhm.
person. Those two tickets, 150 per person, 300 for the pair. Each person just won because of Weekly D.
Now I will ask. So for people that aren't aware and they're like, well, a VIP ticket's cool. I know I'm getting two NFTs. What else is offered with the VIP ticket, Drake?
Yeah, you get the two NFTs, you get the free parking, you get 10 hours of entertainment, you get the fireworks show, and you get access to a special VIP area.
There it
And
is, Greg.
we actually, we've actually made an even better VIP area.
Mhm.
We've actually decided to put it in the upstairs private area, air conditioned. So if you want to get away from the heat, instead of just having it on the field, we've actually moved it inside upstairs. So there's a bar up there. You can
Mhm.
overlook the whole field, and you can cool off and get a drink and still see the action and hear it from there. But you'll be upstairs now instead of on the field. So we did do that. It's a change that we thought was really important because we had a lot of people requesting, kind of that.
Nice.
We just thought it was more,
AC.
and
It,
because of the Dogecoin and some other special stuff we're doing, we needed that space on the field for that, and this was the only way to accommodate people to be able to get pictures with the Dogecoin on
Mhm.
the field because of the way the stage is and the way
Mhm.
have the special flooring and positioning of where the car had to be. It was the only way to do that. So we did make that change. It is a last minute change, but I think people are going to be happy that the VIP area is upstairs, private secure, and that's where the artists and celebrities and other people will be too. So now you'll get to, as part of the VIP, mingle with those people as well.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's going to be very, very cool. They're going to have some like really when we're talking VIP, we're talking exclusivity, right? We're legitimately saying like there is an opportunity to meet not only some of the celebrity guests that will be actually headlining the event. You get to kind of just hang out with the people. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity.
And another thing was that we need to announce was about the with the movie thing. By doing the movie, we actually are going to have to not live stream it. It was a very, very, very difficult decision.
Mhm.
Um, and we had to weigh the pros and cons of the decision. We wanted to live stream it so badly, but if we live stream it, then that violates the contract where we can't let the footage out before. And then you have to look at it like this. I know everybody wants to see it and be a part of it, but now you'll know, hey, you better buy tickets quickly, or you got to buy tickets next time
Mhm.
quickly so that you don't miss it. Because by doing it with the movie, it gives Dogecoin and the Doge community more adoption, more exposure, more potential of brands, companies, businesses, charities, and individuals to want to, learn about Dogecoin that don't know about it, where versus, people watching it on a live stream that already know it, love it, and support it. We had to weigh that decision out. It was not an easy decision. It was very difficult, but the whole purpose is to educate people, to onboard new businesses and charities, to take Dogecoin to the moon and get it around the entire world and make it the people's currency. And in order to do that, you have to get a larger audience than just the people that know about it. And that's the way you can do it, because think about it. If you know nothing about Dogecoin, you're not going to go hunting for the link to find Dogepalooza in the live stream. You're not even going to know about it because you know nothing about it. But if you're in your hotel and you turn it on and you see this and you're like, wow, what's that? Then you check it out. Or you're on that plane and you're like, oh, what's this? And you check it out. That's why we had to make that tough decision. I know some people, may not like that decision, but we're trying our best to please everybody. It's very difficult, but we're also trying to do what's best for every holder of Dogecoin. And to make mass adoption, we felt this was the best thing.
Yeah, they can catch the second round too if there's plenty more coming. And not to mention, Danny's going to be Snapchatting me, just sending me stuff. So
we're also gonna have our little ground team with a GoPro running around, while we're doing interviews and asking festival goers questions about about their thoughts on the festival and everything.
Yeah, we want it to be kind of fun and engaging.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that? I mean, what's your all's opinion on that?
Honestly, I think it's better than the live stream personally, just because you can move it at a higher quality. Just because live stream stuff, just how intense it can be in general. So I actually like the idea of a doc more because there's so much more potential fallout that could happen with a live stream. Stream could be,
there's so many things that could go wrong.
Yeah, there's so many things that can go wrong that won't go wrong with the proper videographer and setup that you can go for like a doc. So plus it sounded like you got a better team for that anyway. So
and the other thing is when we were out there testing through the walkthrough, testing like the Wi-Fi signal, because it's more towards the seats and the upstairs and the concourse area. And the stage is all the way out in center field. So, it affects the stream. And, the last thing I want to do is put a stream that's chopping or freezing on people or having issues and stuff.
Exactly. Then it's not fun for anybody.
Yeah. And so, there was just, several reasons. And, we just really want everyone to understand, we're doing our best to put everybody first and try to make what's best for the community and for Dogecoin and adoption of it. So.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, like I think it's a good decision personally, and I think you guys will probably benefit off of the doc. I think that'll be really cool. So I think that's neat, and it'll be something like a nice little piece of history that realistically probably wouldn't be the same if it was live streamed. So I'm looking forward to viewing it once it launches and once everything's finished with it. And I know it's gonna be really cool seeing some familiar faces like on this thing, you know what I mean? So really cool, really exciting.
And think about this way, people actually get to be a part of it. If you're in the Doge army or in the Doge community or brand new to Doge or know nothing about Doge or a new business or charity, and you want to come and learn and you want to be included in this to promote your charity, promote your business, or even just promote yourself and say hi to your friends and then go, hey, look, Mom, I'm on the TV at the hotel. I'm on this platform. I'm on that platform. I'm here at the airplane. Imagine that. That's going to be cooler than, hey, I was on a live stream that, you can, then what, it's there. The live stream's there. You can replay it. But this is somewhere where it's going to have people getting to see the love of the community, the friendship of the community, what the community is all about. And then they're all going to want to be part of the community.
Yeah. That's exciting. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with all of this. Like, it's crunch time now, like you said. So we're getting close.
Want to give away some tickets on the Twitter as well?
We can run it. I think it'd be good if we can run them on both the Twitter, Instagram, and the Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many y'all want to do on them?
Okay, let's see. You got to get the guys who are listening to this. Y'all getting some exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Let's run it as let's do. Can we do a similar thing for general admission too? 10 gen admission, just 2 each per winner, so 5 total.
Absolutely. Yep.
And we can do that if
Why don't we do 10 on Instagram and 10 on Twitter? So
and I
you
think
get 5 and 5 on each of those.
I think that's great.
The general mission. And you know what? Yeah, let's do that. And if you want to throw in do you think you want to throw any VIP to any of those too on your Twitter and Instagram?
Well, you know what? Let's do the 10. Yeah, we do a 10 and 10 and then 2 pairs each. So like a pair and a pair for Instagram and a pair for Twitter.
Yeah, that's cool with me. Yeah,
and
so
we can have this run. We can have
Instagram.
It run through Thursday if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pair of VIP tickets for Instagram, a pair of VIP tickets for Twitter, and then 5 pairs of general admission for Twitter and 5 for Instagram. So you guys are going to get a chance to win these tickets and come to Dogepalooza and party with.
Yeah.
The best way you can do that if you're going to be trying to win these for Twitter, the rules are going to be to like the post and then retweet it. And then for
Dogepalooza and the Weekly D.
Sadie Superfly.
Yeah, we'll get everything. We'll have everything listed. We'll have everything listed out once I launch it. I'll launch it tonight, and we can get it started and have it in on Thursday morning.
And you know what? I also like. Let's just throw a wild card out there too. Anyone that just happens to be paying attention, and they miss out on the Twitter thing, or they miss out on the Instagram thing, or they missed out on tonight's thing, if you email us at tickets@dogepalooza.com and you tell us that you heard this on the Weekly D, and we will randomly pick people to just give tickets to. Just email us at tickets@dogepalooza.com. TICKETS@DOGEPALOOZA.com. You do that randomly. Sadie and I will just randomly pick some people on there too, because we want people to have chances and everything. Because I know Twitter feed personally, and I know Instagram feed personally. For me, sometimes I see it 4 days later or 3 days later and whatever. So I want everyone to have a chance to win, and I'll be picking some VIP winners out of that and some general admission winners out of that. So if you missed out tonight and weren't in here, you should have been in here, but you weren't in here. Next time, be in here and watch the Weekly D. And then if you miss out on the Twitter or the Instagram, just email us, tickets@dogepalooza.com. We'll pick some random VIP and general admission for that as well, for your people, for your followers.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to that. For those who get to listen to this on Thursday, you better listen to it early so you can have your opportunity. So there's your chance right then and there. Wow. We got a lot of tickets to give away and a lot of really fun stuff happening. So that's going to be sick. We're looking forward to it. I think it'll be really fun. Just so everyone is aware, Twitter followers, and Instagram followers, we will be vetting all of our winners. So we're going to make sure you're legitimate and not a bot. Every single time we go through the win, we will just double check, make sure it's not actually a bot, so that way we're not giving away a ticket to some random bot. We're going to make sure they are legitimate people, even if they're not necessarily Doge people. Congratulations, you got a chance to go to Dogepalooza just by interacting with the tweet or the Instagram. So just keep that in mind. Don't try to bot to try to pull a bunch of free tickets. Not going to happen. We're going to vet everything. So just understand that. Awesome. Well, I guess that technically wraps everything up. Wow. We are, oh my God, this is it. This is it.
It's here, you guys. It's here.
5 days away.
We're officially 5 days away.
Wow. 5 days away. It just time flies, and it's kind of crazy. To show y'all, just to leave people something, to show you how busy we've been. I literally, during this interview, should I tell them what I've been doing during this interview? Do you think it'd be funny to tell people?
I think it'd be hilarious, personally.
Okay. to show you how busy that we have been, I have not had time to file my taxes. I literally have been sitting here during the interview, trying to fill out the stuff, and it's taking too long. And then the time was ticking. So I was like, oh my God, I just got to file an extension. So I literally made it in just the nick of time to file the extension for my taxes. But yeah, so I officially made that. And that just shows you like what we're putting first. Dogepalooza, Dogecoin to the moon. Taxes can wait till October or whatever it is. They told me I have to get them by. But more important was Dogepalooza and getting all these things for y'all, all these amazing things. The Doge Clan, the Brooklyn Batman, the movie being filmed there. And so, like, if you're, think about this. If you're a model, an actor, an actress, whatever, come out, talk, be interviewed by some of our camera crew and talk to them. Tell them your story. Tell them what you're, trying to do and why Doge and Doge community and the Doge Army and Dogepalooza is important to you. And who knows, we'll be, editing that. Sadie and I are executive producer, producing and directing, as well as another big director that we're bringing on board too. And so it's going to be cool. We're going to have final cut to put you in or out of that film. So come and show support. Show what Doge Army means. Show what the Doge community means to you. Show what Dogecoin means to you. And let's have one hell of a fun party. And let's blow the roof off of Sugarland.
Yes.
Yes. Woo.
Yes.
Let's do
so
it.
excited.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Let's do
Oh,
it.
guys.
Sorry, I'm writing up the tweet now, getting it all set up.
Oh, cool.
And we'll be
I'm just
Danny
so
will
pumped.
launch up the Instagram. So
All right.
we'll run that. I'm putting this out tonight. Danny will put it after our pod is over, and then we'll let it run until Thursday morning. And then we'll start going ahead and getting everybody set for the giveaways. And then we let it ride.
Yeah.
Let it ride. Because Thursday morning the episode should be also out on post as well for YouTube and all that stuff, as well as everywhere you listen to podcasts. As just an example. So this is where people will get that opportunity to go and see if they get an opportunity and a chance to get a free ticket to Dogepalooza.
Yes.
That's out there.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody you know. Tickets, Dogepalooza.com. You never know. Somebody's going to win some other VIP tickets and some other general admission tickets from us. We just want the community to have a chance to come out and have as much fun with us as we're all going to have.
Precisely.
And it's just going to be a great time and do only good every day. And Dogecoin to the moon.
To the moon.
Dogecoin to the moon.
To the moon.
It's a perfect way to end this. Well, guys, we appreciate you for coming on and giving us this amazing opportunity and just be a little part of this whole project and to be able to spread the word and help y'all, reach more people. So I want to say thank you for that. Thank you for making such an amazing Dogepalooza festival that we're all going to have a great time at this weekend. We're literally 5 days away, which is so crazy. We're at the point of the show where it is the end. We gave away tickets. You guys dropped some amazing announcements for us, some very exclusive stuff. And I just want to give y'all an opportunity to share your social medias before we cut it off and get this ball rolling. I'm so excited.
Want to go first, Sadie?
Yeah, absolutely. First, thanks for having us, you guys. You were the first and you are the last podcast before our event. And we're very proud to have you guys as friends, family for life with Dogepalooza. You are welcome to every single one on the planet that we do. You can follow me on Twitter, actually all social medias. I am at Sadie Supafly. It's SadiESupafly. And Greg?
And yeah, I just want to say thank you to Kyle, Danny, Alan, and the whole Weekly D team. We love you guys. You guys aren't a small part of this. You guys are a big part of this. So please never forget that. You guys were the first interview we ever did. We brought Dionne Warwick and Damon Elliott on that. interview with you. And that isn't a small thing. That's a big, major thing. So we didn't give it to a network. We didn't give it to some big channel or whatever. We gave it to you guys because we believe in you. We believe in what you're doing. We love you. You're friends for life. You're part of the Dogepalooza team and family for life. You're a big part of this. So please don't forget that. And as Sadie said, you're welcome to come and be a part of every Dogepalooza that we do, not only on this planet, but off this planet, on the moon, Mars, and everywhere else we take this, because we will be the first festival on Mars and on the moon. And mark my words, and in space. We're going to do big things with this and with you all. And it's going to be amazing and fun. And we just want to bring the entire Doge army and the entire Doge community and the entire Doge meme division with us, because without them, we're nothing. And the meme division's the backbone of the community. We love all the memers. Without the memers, Dogecoin would not be what it is today. We're so excited about this. And we just want to thank you guys. We want to thank our amazing strategic partners. We want to thank For My City, who is an amazing charity rescuing food. We want to thank the Doge Card, who is changing the world. And I think that's going to be the biggest game changer, because what Robinhood did was Robinhood made it easy for anyone to buy and sell Dogecoin without knowing anything. What the Doge Card does is make it easy for anyone to earn Doge and spend Doge everywhere Visa is in the world. And that's a game changer. The Doge Card is amazing. The Doge Card, you go to dogecard.co to get one today and start earning Doge and spending your Doge. And then go to formycity.us and tell the restaurants about them and start saving, rescuing food and changing someone's life by providing a meal. So we want to thank them. We want to thank all of our other amazing sponsors. My Social Pulse. We've got Gods and Legends. We've got IndoCorp. We've got, who else, Sadie? Help me. We've got Miller and Associates. We've got Street.
Matt does look at my list. There's so many. We actually have, I do want to mention some local strategic partners. So we have, so the people that are going to be doing the filming of this, they're from Green Studios in Houston. They have Green Studios and Infinite Power Energy. They're awesome guys. And the other local strategic partner is Speed Pro in Sugarland, and they're actually creating our banners for the festival.
Nice.
They do awesome work. So you can go to if you go to dogepalooza.com and click on strategic partners and sponsors, their links are all attached to their logos. So check them out.
And and they were very helpful in helping us, as well as we also have Bar Louie, who that's going to be an after party right after Dogepalooza till 2 a.m. Bar Louie, right across from the Marriott. Love the Marriott. So we're showing support to all the local businesses, local charities, the fans, the community, the Doge Army, the AMC Ape Army. Shout out to all of our friends in the AMC Ape Army. We love you guys. We're AMC holders ourselves, and we love the AMC Army as well. And we just love the meme division, and everybody in both communities. It's just amazing. We love you guys at the Weekly D. Thank you for everything you do. We're so proud to be on the show, and we're looking forward to seeing you all there. And can't wait to see you, Kyle. We'll have to hop up there and hang out sometime too.
Yes, we'll celebrate soon.
Thank you all
We'll
for
celebrate soon. It'll be good.
Love everybody.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
The moon.
Right,
Let's rock
moon.
this. Let's party like no one's ever seen.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Yes, we will.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we will. We'll be there.
Dogepalooza.com. Get your tickets before they sell out. And if you want to try to win some, I don't know, send us an email. You got our email, tickets at Dogepalooza.com. What's stopping you? You never know. You could just say something funny. You could just say nothing. You could say, hey, do you have any tickets? You could say, I saw you on the Weekly D. You could say, Kyle is cool. Danny's cool. Alan, I like his little GIF. Whatever. I like Sadie. And also my social media handle is at Dogepalooza on all social media. That's at Dogepalooza. and you get me. You get Greg, the founder of Dogepalooza, when you talk to that account. So
Hell yeah.
you never know. I might just give you tickets for saying hi to me. Who knows?
That is so awesome. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for giving us this opportunity again to be the last podcast you guys are on right before Dogepalooza. Thank you to everyone that's watching. Thank you to everyone that's listening. We love y'all guys. And till next time, peace.
Peace.